The permissions flag has a different meaning for directories. Let's start with the easiest one, the write flag. So I will create a directory here. I will change the group and set some permissions. Okay, so the write permission means that we can modify the contents of that directory. And by modifying the contents, we mean creating new files inside that directory, renaming that files, or removing files or directories. So for example, here with the Kermit user, remember this user belongs to the directories group. Sorry, here. Here we can see that dir1 belongs to Muppets group. So if I try to create a file, for example, inside the directory, I will be able to do that. If I try to create a subdirectory, so let's see the contents. If I try to create a subdirectory inside that directory, I can do that. I can rename the file, for example, or the directory. I think I don't need to do that. Name, okay. So, sorry. Here, okay. And I can remove, for example, the file. Put it here. Okay, I can modify the contents of that directory. But if I have another user, I will create a new file, for example, for testing purposes. Okay, now we have a file and a directory. If I try to do that with another user, this user doesn't belong to Muppets group, so it doesn't have write permissions. So I can't create files inside. I can't remove anything. And I can't rename a file, for example. Okay, permission denied. So write permission in directories allows us to modify the contents of the directory, but not the contents of the file. The files has different permissions. So for example, I want you to stop that. Here, the one, we have a file. Okay, I will modify the permissions of this file. For example, I will remove my own permissions. Sorry, it's just okay. So my user can't write anything to this file, so I can't add content to the file. So I can remove the file, but I can't modify the contents. So okay, the permissions of the file are different for the permissions of the directory. With the write permission on the directory, I only can modify the name, add new files, or remove files, but that doesn't imply that I have write permissions on the directories or the files inside that directory.